I'm 100% sure none of you even know what a Brazilian is, or none of you even had probably removed your hair from the nether regions, right? Okay. And silence to me, yes.
Yes.
Okay, which is exactly what I wanted. We wanted to get, guys who think that this is, the concept is taboo. Okay, and that's exactly why, everyone's here. Because we want to tell all the men that, you have to stop hiding your potential. In just 30 minutes, Strip can actually upsize you. Yes, it's true.
Wow.
Because that really is one of the, that's really one of the benefits of actually doing a Brazilian wax, is actually the upsize. Because by removing all the hair or the bush down there, you actually see more of your jewels, right? So why do you want to hide it, right? Monique already took you through our stripology, which is actually the HSQ. And we really take this into heart, hygiene being the #1. And that's exactly, when the metrosexual word came in before, they thought, it was going to be a face, etc. And then now you have like the manscaping, is what they call it, when men now are like grooming themselves. In Strip, it's basically that. It's about grooming, it's about hygiene. And we advocate, hygiene very dearly. So with the Brazilian wax, when we have customers, guys coming and telling us, why should I, do that? The #1 reason is really hygiene. Because more often than not, it's a breeding ground for bacteria. We don't see a guy going to a public restroom, taking a pee, and then wiping it with baby wipes. Not like us women, right? So you can just imagine that the bacteria left there after the guy does his stuff. So it's really the #1 reason is really for hygiene. And then of course, it's a second already, the upsizing. So in 30 minutes, you get to upsize or stop hiding your potential. Yeah. As Brazilian is a trademark. It's a trademark name of Strip. Other places they would call it, just simply as the all-off. What makes the Brazilian of Strip very different from other places is because of the technique. Before a therapist can actually do, to be qualified, they would have to have waxed a certain number of clients. They would have to have passed theory, practical, and even the attitude. So if you fail even just the attitude, because you're like, you don't like it, you can't be with Strip. So the girls here, in the beginning when we started in 2008, we only had 2 therapists qualified to do the Brazilian wax. But now, after the upgrade and the quality check, which we do yearly, all 5 therapists can actually do the Brazilian wax. Why? Because during training, there's actually a way of applying the wax, holding the man's jewel and pulling out the wax. So when we were, when we were there in training and then they were teaching us how to do this, we were also, to be honest, we were also shocked because there were so many salons who are also offering the same thing for guys, and we are now wondering, but how are they doing it? Because this kind of technique really depends on a certain skill and a certain level of expertise. So a person cannot train 1 week to do this. They were boot camp for 2 months. So you can just imagine, more than 500 Filipinos were actually waxed before they can even service their first client. We've also had men who came in with just one of their jewels. But we tell clients, yes, even if the guy has just one, 1 testicle or 1 jewel there, it's not half the price. It's still the same price. So yeah, so if we've done that, so yeah, clients we have, it didn't matter if they were from the 3rd sex, if they were straight, if they were yuppies, it didn't. It cut across all age group. In fact, the ordinary person, you will be surprised that he actually does the Brazilian here at Strip. And the main reason is really hygiene. So that's one of the reasons. One thing we complement the Brazilian or any of our wax with is what we call the Hoochie Coochie Quickie. It's a 10-minute mask. So if it's your first time, having yourself down here waxed, removed all the hair, of course, you're like shocked and all. So we apply the mask. The same principle applies when you put a mask in your face. After cleaning, it's to close the pores, soothe the skin, and make it plump and happy. Of course, even down here, we take care of it as if it was the face. So we do have a spearmint infused mask that's applied applied for like 10 minutes and then removed. So it closes the, it closes the pore and it leaves a cooling feeling. So, how guys, if you're always in jeans, it's so hot. So after doing the Boyzillion, have the mask, when you go out, you feel a bit more refreshed.
There's some.
So, yeah. So we really take, all these things into account. Some guys also, for the added fun, put our crystals. So we do have Swarovski crystals also for down here. So if you're the type of, you just want to experiment, we also do have our crystals. So, yeah. Basically, if you have any other questions on the Boyzillion, yeah.
How long would the hair go back after the treatment?
Usually 4 to 6 weeks. But if you want it longer, again, Strip is really a hair removal concept salon. Everything has really been thought out. If you're so lazy to come, every 4 weeks, since we're in the business of removing hair, we will offer you Peace. It's actually our product right behind you. It's a serum applied to your area to actually prevent hair from growing immediately. So what usually is 4 weeks becomes maybe 6 or 8 weeks. Trust us, we don't want to see you here like every month. Because if we do see you, it's like we're doing our job, right? Our idea is to actually remove hair. But we do have clients who are very addicted to our wax. That every 2 weeks they do come. Only because our wax has exfoliating properties and they're very gentle for the skin. So even at 2 millimeters in length, it can actually be removed. And when we do the Boyzillion, I'm not sure if it was very clear as well. Aside from it being the front, it's also up to the crack. So it's actually even the sack, the crack is included. So it's the whole thing.
So release the Kraken.
Yeah. Actually, people think, oh, the crack that's gonna hurt, or the sack, it's gonna hurt. No. In fact, for men and women, the most sensitive part is actually here, the top part.
Yes, it is.
So it doesn't matter, like when the women say, oh, the labia area is gonna be more painful. Like, no. What salon is giving you that idea that it's painful there? Because that's what they're saying. In other salons they've been to, that's the most painful part. So when they try it here, we say, no, the most sensitive is actually here because it's near to your G-spot. So there's actually a science also to it. And when we do apply, the wax, we go from step 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not allowed to go to step 1 and then 3. And if the client says, no, can we start at back? We always say, no, we have a process to follow because there's a science to it. There's a reason why there is we do the A to the Z. So that's all part of, the R&D. So yeah, to answer your question, 4 to 6 weeks. But if you do, with a one-piece serum, then maybe 6 to 8 weeks.